This is Alex Harris for ESBR Boxing. Pleasure to be joined by Stephen McKenna after an amazing fight. You can't really put it any other way. And I suppose in general, how are you feeling after it?
Yeah, feeling great. What a fight. Very exciting 3 rounds of boxing. But what else more would you expect from the Hitman? I come out fighting, I come out swinging, and fair play to the laws. We give it a go, but what came out on the other side. But I'm happy with my performance. I'm happy with another knockout.
Of course, and indeed it was another knockout in the end. And I suppose after that first round, did you kind of think this fight isn't going a 10-round distance?
No, I knew, from the get-go it wasn't going 10 rounds. He started very aggressive, and I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't expect to hurt him so early, so I got a wee bit too overconfident in myself. But I knew he was going to be tough. But I punched too hard, and he was feeling every punch I was throwing, so it was only a matter of time.
Of course, and against a fighter like Joe Laws, who is, you know what you're going to get really, is going to be very aggressive and in your face and things like that. How important is it to, try and stick to somewhat of a game plan and try and know that you are maybe the better boxer in the end?
Yeah, well, the build up to it was very exciting. He wasn't getting into my head or anything, but I love going in and fighting. I love entertaining the fans, and that's what I did. I went out there. I could have stuck to my boxing a wee bit more, but I wanted to go in there and make a statement and do it in style.
Do you feel like, Joe Laws is coming off a good win himself, and do you feel like that going out there and doing that has made a statement?
Yeah, definitely. Well, a lot of people were watching that fight, and it drew a lot of attention, so I'm very happy. I'm very pleased. Another knockout, 15-0 and 14 knockouts, so on to bigger and better things. My first belt, WBC belt, so can't be any more happier.
How big of an achievement, I suppose, is it to have that belt on you?
Yeah, this is a dream. Ever since I was starting boxing, a young 7, 8 years of age, I always wanted to be world champion. So this is the first of many. I'm coming into big fights now, and it's going to be exciting. Couple of years ahead, but I'm a real throwback fighter. I want real fights. I want big names to come and fight.
And I've heard you've called out a few big names. Are you able to maybe list one or two possibly that you'd be interested in next?
Yeah, I'd fight anyone. I mentioned Conor Benn. I've been mentioning him plenty of times in the past, so why not him? I'm 15-0 now. I'm stepping up the rankings, and it's a good fight to make. It's like Collins and Benn. Throw it back, the real fights, Eubank, Benn, them sort of fights. It would fill out any arena in Ireland, and that's the fights to make. It's time that all the fighters come together and make proper fights, and you can see it happening with Turkey. The Turk, he's doing a tremendous job of getting all these fights, so I want to be in big fights.
And I suppose, how would a fight between you and Conor Benn in your mind play out?
It'd be an all-out war. It wouldn't last 3 rounds, and I would take him out.
And I suppose, with him having the name he has, do you feel like that's perhaps overhyped him a little bit?
No, Conor's a good fighter, definitely. But it makes sense, he's exciting, I'm exciting, so give the fans what they want to see.
Of course, and I suppose, like you've kind of mentioned in your career now, it has to be continual progressions forwards. And how far away do you feel like that world fight opportunity is from you?
A couple of fights. I know what I'm capable of when I spar. My spars are different than my fighting. See, when I spar, I'm a totally different fighter. I go out there and entertain. I just can't help myself sometimes. But when I really stick to my boxing as well, I'm a very, very difficult fighter to fight for anyone. So someday I will go out and fight or box, and people will get a shock.
And just for when you are in a fight like that, because you have to, dig so deep and be able to come through a little bit of hardship, what is that motivation for you to be able to do that?
I've trained my whole life. I've dedicated my whole life to the sport, and I want to become world champion. Me and my brother Aaron, we're coming for big things. He had a big performance out in Japan a couple of weeks ago. So boxing's took me all over the world, and I want to go on to big things. 15-0, as I said. So it's going to be very exciting.
Could the dream maybe one day to be like a co-headline feature with you and your brother in Ireland?
That's what we want. We'll fill out anywhere with our styles of fighting, our fan base back in Ireland. You know, it's crying out for it, and we're the guys that bring it back to Ireland.
Indeed, Stephen. Thank you very much for your time, man.
Thank you.